Day 519. Day ratings is 7. Got the puppy over here. Trying to find her spot in the bed. And there it is. And it's another rest, injury recovery day. Got up. I kind of slept in a little bit. I think I got up right at. No. What time is it? 7? I want to say it was 7. And went for the walk, half-hour walk. Thankfully, it wasn't too hot. It was actually overcast, and so it turned out to be really nice. It was even slightly sprinkling the first 10 minutes, so very nice day, or at least the start of it. And then after that, came back in, sat back down, get the pup some food, and was just trying to stay off the legs to make sure they were okay. And started watching the Resident Evil, and I almost finished the 2 episodes that I needed. I finished the first episode, and the second episode I started to doze off, so I just took a nap, which is crazy because I just woke up like 2 hours before that. But I didn't really have any motivation to do anything in the morning. Normally I try to go run or hike, but can't right now. So I feel like I can, but I shouldn't right now. I was just trying to take it easy. And then got up, got a little something to eat, and then started cutting my hair. And it took a while because I don't know why. I don't know, they didn't seem right. Nothing that I was cutting felt right, and so I just kept second guessing myself. I kept going back over and trying to redo it and trying to cut just a little chunk out, like just a little bit right here. Just didn't look like it was right, so I kept trying to go on my own and get the scissors, and got the clippers again, and they were just slow, and then I just finished like, okay, just do this, and then it started clicking together, it started getting pieced, it started looking like it was blending in more. I was like, alright, great. And then the sink is still leaking. I've sent 2 requests in now, and so it just started leaking, and I had all that hair on the floor, and so it was just a little bit of a mess. But then showered, rinsed off, got all the hair off me, and then took the pup for a really quick walk, then took her to the vet. She got her shots, she's good to go, except I had to get some kind of booster in 4 weeks, which is fine. And then one of the vets gave me this little recommendation that there's this little thing, I wish I could remember what it's called, but it helped. It's like, she pretty much referred to it as catnip, but for dogs, and it's this other dog nip. She said put a little whipped cream on that, and they eat it, and then they're out for, however long, 15-20 minutes, and then just clip their nails real quick, and then they wake up, they're fine. Because my dog's having such a hard time when I try to clip her nails. She just kind of runs away, and before I could clip 1, maybe 2, and now I can sit down with her, and as soon as I kind of sit and I reach for the clippers, she's up and out. She's like, no, I don't want any part of that. But it's getting to the point where nails are just too long, and you can just hear them just clink, 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 clink. So I'm sure it's not the most comfortable thing to walk for an extended period of time. Just want to make sure I don't do any damage to her. But we weighed her, and I think she was 57.5 pounds. She's definitely put on a little bit more weight. Last time I weighed her, she was 51, 52, somewhere in there. So I think her walks have slowly gotten shorter. to get to the point where we can run a little bit and get her to a healthier weight so she's not looking a little bit chubby. And I have a hard time not giving her food too, so it's partially my fault, right? And she's just heard something outside. But then, yeah, she gotta be easier on the treats with her stuff. She just got this little face, and it's, I don't want to say it's hard to say no to, because it's hard to just not even want to say no to. It's just like, here you go, eat. You're so cute. You're so fun. Here you go, pup. Have a little bit more. If I'm eating food, you're gonna eat food. So that's my issue. But then came back, hung out for about an hour, and watched a little bit more track, which was great. Can't get enough of the World Championships right now. And then went to a group meetup, the sober fun 20s and 30s. And we did mini golf, which was kind of nice because it was a little bit glow in the dark. But I mean, it was inside, so that was nice because it was a little bit of a warm day. But it's weird, like the first half of the mini golf course was kind of easy. And it was this little hall, you kind of go straight back and you do a little U-turn. And right after the U-turn, it starts getting challenging. And so we got there and there's only about 5 of us. And then after the meetup time, 7 o'clock, I think we got to 10 or 11, and then it was almost 7:30. And then I think the last 2 guys showed up, and I slowly just kind of faded to the back. I said hi to the group director, or whoever their captain is, whatever. So yeah, hey, good to see you again. Like, yeah, good to see you too. How have you been? Good, blah blah blah. Small chat, and then everyone was talking. And then they were just explaining, yeah, this is a new group. I was surprised it filled up so quick. That's why I had it capped at 20. But it's good that people joined. Like, but it's crazy because it's just so new. So I didn't think a lot of people would be here, and I thought people would slowly trickle in. But yeah, it was kind of nice. And then tried to meet everyone's names. First there was only 7 or 8, and then 10, 11, 12, and then I think, how many? So the first group was 5, and then 4, so 9, and then 3 of us, so 12, and then at the end we all came out and we're waiting around, and then a new girl showed up, and I felt really bad, and I felt kind of a funny story because I was in the end, and I said, hey, here's the name of our group. If by any chance someone else comes in and they're looking for us, can you please just tell them that we're already in and they can join or whatever they want to do or wait for us? She said, okay. I said, all right, thank you. And so me, a guy named Duan, who's from Ghana, which was really cool, and he's here for school. And another guy, Ryan, it was Ryan. And Ryan, I got a notification on the phone, and it said, hey, sorry, I'm running a little bit late, just pulled in the parking lot. I was looking around, and someone had noticed him before and said, oh, we're gonna wait for one more just in case they're in part of our group. And so the second wave of people were about to go in, and then, oh, yeah, but hey, it's like, I just got a notification, I bet this guy's name is Ryan. It's like, yeah, I am Ryan. Like, I told you. So we kind of laughed, and it's just kind of fun. It just pays to check in the notifications, especially when people are running late. And my thought was, okay, if 20 people signed up, and at first there's only 7 or 8, then people are going to be showing up late. And so we had about 12, 13, so about 7 just no-showed, which is fine. But yeah, it's kind of funny. So when I had told the people at the mini golf that, yeah, this is our group, if they came in, just let them know that we're here. We checked in, what are you playing? so they can wait for us or join us, whatever they want to do. And so there was a girl that showed up about 5 minutes after we finished the golfing, and or mini golfing rather, and she's like, "Oh, hey, are you part of the group?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry, we kind of just finished." And it's like, I was like, "Do you want to go again? It's only like $5. It's like almost half off to go a second round." Like, no, you're fine. It's like, I just sorry, I felt bad. I just took an Uber here, and it was longer than I thought. So I'm like, "Oh well, we can go again if you want to go. I feel bad that you drove all this way and we don't get to do anything." But we stayed and talked for another hour, and they had some games, so people played some games. And someone mentioned food, and I was getting hungry, so they're like, "Hey, we're gonna get some food over here," which was at a Filiberto. So we went over there, and thankfully, I think they got to talk to the promoter, and so I think it was kind of a little bit more worth their time. And I mean, Dewan just kept talking. The other guy, Gil, that I had met earlier, were talking. So we had sat down, and Dewan was asking about something that. He's like, "Yeah, so what do you guys like to eat?" And they're like, "Oh, probably the biggest thing now is tacos." And it's like, "Oh, okay, I gotta try this tacos thing." So we went over there and like, "You gotta get a taco." And so he got a little fish taco and he enjoyed it. And then we sat down at the table talking with Gail, and then everyone was headed out. And I said, "Hey man, I'm headed this way. If you said something about being in Tempe, so if you need to ride back, just let me know." She's like, "Oh, are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah man, I'm just driving back the same way, so if you're taking a lift, it's just makes sense that I could just drop you off, but if that's what you're comfortable with." It's like, "Okay, sure man, thank you." So we were talking, he's talking about 3 friends coming in from out of town to go to Grand Canyon. And so I referred him to one of my friends that does kind of a hiking groups, and it's called Bucket List Adventures. His name's Carlos. So look him up if you need to go hiking somewhere in town. And he just takes people to these little Grand Canyon adventures or to these really cool trails in Arizona. And he's pretty much your guide and helps make sure you have enough water and you carry everything you need, and just make sure you stay on the trail and you get there safely. So kind of cool. And so I referred him to that. It's like, when your friends go, if you need a guide, here's my buddy. He's been there a bunch of times, so look him up. And I gave him his Instagram, and I found him on Instagram, so we became friends. And yeah, it was a good little time. I'm really glad we went. I had a relaxing time and fun little time mini golfing. I think it was more the second half, because the first half just seemed really easy. I was like, okay. In the second half, it got a little challenging, but yeah, it was fun. And then had a steak burrito, which was pretty tasty, but I think it was already set. I wanted pizza, and there was like, well, the only thing in the parking lot is Domino's, so worst case scenario, I could order Domino's, and that's fine. But yeah, gave him a ride back. It was fine. He became friends. Like, "Yeah, thanks for the ride. It was nice chatting with you. Let's chat again soon." I was like, "Yeah, let me know." And then he said, "Hopefully see you around in the group or something." So we'll see him around sometime. The next one is for hike, and there's also bowling coming up. So we'll see if we do any of those with the group. Then came back, sat down with the pup a little bit, tried to play with her, and she was occupied with playing with the bone. So I said, "Okay." And I slowly started to doze off, watching TV. Tried to watch more track and field, but my body was just feeling a little tired. I just dozed off, and the dog came up to me and started huffing. It's like, "I want to go lay down." It's like, "Okay, let's go lay down." So here we are, ready for bed. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I signed up for another group event. It's to go see Nope with a new group. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, could be fun. So run your life with health and happiness, and have a good night.